Saglarski, Vitt, and Ripple. It'll be Zanella, Turgeon, and Price for the Bengals. Saglarski in for the draw. Zanella stick down. Puck drop underway here at the Ira. Zanella wins back into his own zone. It's chased down by Kramer in his own end. He'll send it ahead. Intended for Price. It's too far for him. Goes all the way down. No icing. It's displayed by Horgan to the line. Kicked back down to the Geneseo end by Zanella. In the far corner, it's Price. Walking behind that. Tried to center for Zanella. That was knocked down by Vitt. In the near corner, Vitt flips it out to center. That's gloved down by Shiro, and he'll send back ahead for Turgeon into the offensive zone down the right wing board. He stood up by Saglarski. Now the puck rolls behind the Geneseo net. Caradonna back for it. And he'll send up the right wing board for Vitt, who flips it out to center. And Ripple has control, gives for Saglarski. Saglarski, top of the left circle. Wrist shot towards the net, saved by Carr. The rebound goes to the far corner. Ripple after it, taken to the boards by Shiro. Now in to help is Adam Rossi for the Bengals. Taken to the ground. Puck still in the far corner. Now Ripple comes away with it. Kramer out to challenge him as Ripple curls back to the far corner again. Now out to the left point for Hutchinson. Hutchinson tried to go back down the boards for Ripple. Ripple was tied up by Shiro, no call, and that allows Hope to come out to center. And a whistle blows as Hope led Salkeld offside. Just 1 minute gone, the first period scoreless. The faceoff comes out to the neutral zone just outside the Geneseo end. Ice Knights moving from our left to our right here in the first period as it'll be Brickler and Rossi on the draw. Rossi wins back for Lapierre. Lapierre drives down into the Geneseo zone. Horgan out to stop it behind the net. Brown controls for the Ice Knights and sends up the right wing board for Standemir. Puck rolled off his stick to the middle of the zone in between the circles. Standemir fighting off the check from Hope and now turns it over. Salkeld dumps down behind the net, battling forward with Brown. Brown able to rub Salkeld off the puck, and now Brickler in to help. Puck still on his feet, but trickles up the left wing board for Collins, and Collins carries out to center. Sends to the blue line for Brickler. Brickler, top of the right circle, on his backhand, sends towards the net. That's kicked away by Carr, possibly hit the far post. Puck goes behind the net. Lapierre has control, chased down by Standemir. He forces it loose up the near wall for Brickler. Brickler tried to center for Collins. It was knocked off his stick, and that allows Whipple to carry to center. Whipple tried to lead Avery, rolled off his stick, and Standemir has it at center. He'll regroup back in his own end for Hutchinson. And now Hutchinson sends back to the neutral zone for Sharpie. Sharpie had it roll off his stick. Avery controls for Buffalo and flips it back out to the neutral zone. Solomon controls at his own blue line. Gives for Soucy, just off the bench. He couldn't handle it cleanly, but he pushes it ahead for Antoine. Antoine gets for Sharpie. Between the circles, shot towards the net, and that's gloved by Carr. He'll hold for the whistle with 2:05 gone in a scoreless first.
Yeah, Kevin Carr looking much better on that Justin Sharpie shot with a glove save on that Brickler backhander. I always talk about backhand shots coming off the stick, kind of weird. It's funny for goalies to kind of gauge where it's going. I think that rung off the far post, but looking much better on that Sharpie shot.
Soucy and Rosen for the draw off to Carr's right. It's one back into the near corner by Rosen, but Ice Knights on the puck. Sharpie has it behind the net, battling against Lewis. Lewis pulls down Sharpie, penalty upcoming. Soucy gets control for the Ice Knights, sends up the boards for Antoine. Antoine tried to send towards the net. It goes into the near corner. Solomon down from the right point to play it, but it is played by Rosen, and that'll be the whistle, and the penalty upcoming to Clayton Lewis. It'll be a trip behind the net on good hard work by Justin Sharpie.
Yeah, really good job by Sharpie to keep his feet moving. Clayton Lewis stopped moving his. And obviously there's the takedown. Geneseo 17% on their power play this year.
Sharpie, Ripple, Brickler, Vitt, and Caradonna for the Ice Knight power play. It'll be Lapierre out with Cleaver defensively for the Bengals, along with Zanella and Price as the Bengals win the faceoff. That was the Carr's left, but in the far corner, Caradonna forces the turnover. Now he gives it back to Price, and Price will push it out to center and chase down his own dump. He has it high in the Geneseo zone, sends towards the net, kicked out by Horgan. Tried to send it back to the front, intended for Zanella. That was broken up by the Ice Knights, and now Caradonna carries the center, and he'll circle back under pressure from Zanella. He'll regroup in his own zone with Brickler, and now Brickler sends to the neutral zone for Sharpie. Sharpie, pressured by Price, forced back again. Now Brickler has control, and he carries it to the far corner of the offensive zone. Tries to walk towards the front. That's poked away by Carr. Carr lost his stick in the process, but the Bengals able to clear the length of the ice as Horgan stops it behind his own net. Rossi into pressure. Horgan plays it away from him up the right wing boards, and that comes to Solomon. Solomon tried to regroup again with Vitt. That went through his feet as disarray in the Ice Knight zone. Brickler has control behind his own net now, and he'll carry out towards center and feed Saglarski at the red line. Saglarski into the offensive zone, top of the left circle, carrying into the far corner, waiting for help as the Ice Knight's in the middle of a change. Now he swings around the right wing boards for Collins. Collins away from pressure, has it at the near half wall. Sent to the right point for Brown. Brown sends him towards the net, knocked down by Saglarski. Couldn't get a handle on it cleanly. He gives him the near corner Collins. Collins under pressure, dropped it for Zaglarski. Zaglarski walks towards the net, trying to backdoor feed intended for Stanimir. That was knocked away to the left point, held in by Brown. Brown to the far half ball for Stanimir, tried to center it. That was knocked down by Kramer, and for the Bengals, Kramer will carry to center and dump down behind the Ice Knight net. Horgan stops it with 30 seconds to go on the Ice Knight power play. 16 minutes to go in the first period. As Brown out from behind his own net, sends up the right wing boards for Solomon at the Geneseo blue line. He leads Collins to the neutral zone. Collins into the near corner. Working against LaPierre. Tried to steer up behind the net for Zaglarski. Couldn't get a clean piece of it, and instead it comes to Cleaver. And he's able to lift it the length of the ice. Horgan out from behind his own net. Swings around the left wing boards to center for Solomon. Solomon couldn't handle cleanly, but now he sends for Busy at the blue line. Busy in the offensive zone between the circles, trying to get one towards the net. And LaPierre able to knock that away and clear it out to center. Out of the box is Lewis, and he plays the puck into the Geneseo zone. Takes the hit from Stahl, rolls off it, sends towards the front of the net. That slid right through the crease and comes to the right wing wall in the Geneseo zone, where Shell clears to center for the Ice Knights. It's knocked down by Cleaver. He'll dump right back into the Geneseo zone. And behind the net, Horgan controls and sends it the right wing boards for Solomon. Solomon backhands at the length of the ice. This will go for icing as it's a foot race between Kramer and Busy. Kramer will get there first. 4:50 gone in the first period. We are scoreless. Face-off coming back to Horgan's right.
I don't think Matt Solomon wanted to throw that as far as he did. I think it was to get more height under it as he was out there, I believe, for just about maybe 140 of that power play. And he's stuck out there now.
It'll be Shell on the draw with McGraw. As Shell wins back to the near corner for Stahl. Stahl under pressure from Avery. He's able to send out the right wing boards for Shell. And Shell carries out to center and punches it down to the Buffalo State zone and chases his own dump. He'll get there first in the near corner. Shell behind the net took a shoulder from Shiro, but moves it to the far corner. Where with control is Martin. He moves for Shell in the far corner. Out to the left point, Stahl. Stahl will dump it back down behind the Buffalo State net. It swings all the way around to the near half boards. Down from the right point, Caradonna. He'll play it behind the Buffalo State net again to the far corner. Shell after with Kramer. And Kramer pokes it loose for the Bengals. Up the right wing boards. And Whipple sends out to center, intended for Avery. Passes behind him. It's collected by Caradonna for the Ice Knights at the red line. He'll dump it back between the circles in the Bengals zone. Kramer has it. Try to stretch past the length of the ice. Intended for McGraw through the neutral zone. Pass was too far for him. It'll go for icing. With 14:21 to go in the first period. Face-off coming back to Carr's right. It'll be Soucis with Anthoin and Sharpie. And do the icing. The McGraw line stays out for the Bengals. McGraw and Soucis for the draw. Puck drop. They battle within their feet. Coming away with it, Anthoin. He'll put to the left point for Hutchinson. Delays, sends down the far half wall for Hutchinson. Back out to the point for Brown. His shot towards the net, snagged out of the air by Carr. He'll hold for the whistle. Face-off now coming to his left. As the Ice Knights are going to stay with the Soucis line, and over the wall comes Mike Zanella with Turgeon and Price. Zanella and Soucis on the draw. Zanella wins back to the near corner, chasing after it Lewis. He'll send to the far corner for Rivnik, and Rivnik sends out to center, intended for Turgeon, broken up in the neutral zone by a combination of Brown and Hutchinson. They dump it back down into the Buff State zone, where Rivnik has control at the top of the circle in his own end, under pressure from Sharpie. Sends the neutral zone, picked off by Anthoin. Anthoin in the offensive zone, top of the circle, lost the handle of the far half wall, but he regains control and sends into the near corner for Soucis. Soucis harassed by Lewis, still has control. Lewis for Buff State presses Soucis to the glass. Gets some help from Ripple now as Ripple forces it towards the front. Soucis jams away at the near post. Hugging the post is Carr, and he gets the whistle as Ripple came in to help Soucis, and the puck had just squirted to the side of the net. Soucis gets there first. Carr holds the post and the puck.
It seems like everyone's having a little trouble corralling the puck. It's kind of hopping around there. A lot of miscommunications between Geneseo players. And like I said, the puck kind of finds its way to the net. And surprisingly enough, Kevin Carr goes post to post, and the net does not come off. Look at that.
Rossi, I have a comment for that in just a moment, but Rossi and Zaglarski for the face-off to Carr's left. And now Rossi thrown from the circle. It'll be Ryan Salkeld instead. And Zaglarski able to win the puck forward. He has control, curls to the near half wall, cycles into the near corner for Ripple. Ripple for the Ice Knights, battling against LaPierre for Buff State. Vitt in to help for Geneseo, but Ripple fights it up the near half wall, where Zaglarski has control, sends out to the left point Solomon. Solomon walks the line, sends towards the front of the net. That was knocked down by Vitt. Now he backhands one towards the net, blocked down by Ripple. Puck still between the circles, comes out to the right point Hansen, now left point Solomon. Drive towards the net, that's just wide. And the wide shot will ricochet out to the neutral zone, where Hansen chases it down, sends cross ice for Solomon, who gains the red line and dumps cross corner into the Buff State zone. Ripple Tried to poke it away from LaPierre, but now we'll have a whistle. It's tangled up behind the play where Siglarski and Carr, I believe it's an offside as the puck was dumped in. Siglarski was still back behind the Buffalo State net, tangled up with Carr.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was offside or if it was... Oh, wow, come on.
And Siglarski's going to go to the box for goaltender interference.
I think it was Siglarski was in Carr's crease. They started pushing, and I hope it was something before that, because if it was Kevin Carr puts the blocker to Jack Siglarski's face, and if he's not allowed to push him back, that's a little ridiculous.
It will